Maybe this will cheer you up. I can't even fix the unique.
Now Metromine cannot even maintain her own rail system.
Right.
Typical. Even in the end, he was looking for handouts.
Boss, are you really gonna cut that finger off?
This is insane. Are you sure you don't know a robot named Ever Faithful?
My vision was the creative force.
I think I see a giant brain?
The truth is, Crispin did destroy Metromine, version 391.
A large gear.
Oh, go wipe yourself.
The miles ahead of me are so much smaller than those I've walked.
They as well call it triple A. So far.
Hey, you.
Hey, boss, when we were on Main Street, I noticed they were selling astringents and oils at that bar.
Know that it is written that we are lesser machines, built by those, built by man.
Can you help?
If Factor had built better, he would have been ashamed that you carry his Fabronimic.
It's an excellent tale. It's just detached.
And you better not either. Not if you want to stay here.
There's gotta be someone or something that can help us figure out how to get 187th out of his fine.
The courthouse is probably the best example where we set up an easily identifiable goal to get into the courthouse, then had two clear sub-goals to clear the line and to get the key to unlock the door. And then within each of those were a series of nested goals to clear each of the three petitioners, to find whoever could give you the key to get into the door. And then in each of those, you have a series of puzzles that you have to solve. This kind of design I call free cell design. It's something that I talked about in an article I wrote on The Escapist. But the point of it is that you should be able to figure out all of the steps you need to do to advance, such that as you go through the game, it feels like you're strategically pursuing goals that you want to achieve, rather than like you're being dragged along by the plot or forced to solve puzzles for no obvious reason other than the fact that there's a puzzle right in front of you. Because the player has a great deal of freedom in terms of which of the sub-goals to pursue at any particular time, if the player gets stuck on one path, he can turn and go down another one. It means that the player has both more agency in the game and less likelihood of becoming stuck or frustrated.
Not interested.
An orderly society requires only reliable judgments, not wise ones.
Maybe they brought it here by boat.
First off, he can't get into the courthouse any more than you can.
I admit it, and I am not ashamed.
Maybe someday the transmitter will give us a power source in return, huh, boss? From spare parts, boss. Spare parts.
Resurrection? No.
Complaint! Am I the one wandering across the entire city, whinging about a power core?
The detonation prefix to explode cluster bombs.
Hey, Armstrong, top me off, will you?
But I meant thy first version and thy third. Thou camest in thy infancy, in wrath, confusion, denouncing the shrine as a weapon, once turned against thee. Thou hast done well, and have returned to the path of righteousness.
Who is Metromine? Stan Willie, you are a tyrant.
Crazy, he says. Oh my, oh dear.
Goliath.
You can collect your Metro Pass now.
Not unless there's a gynoid waiting for me, that is.
The floater?
If Metromine violated the law, it must be proven.
It stopped at 5 minutes to 2.
What was the War of the Four Cities? Do you? 4 robots have multiplex processors.
The city moves on without you, and this conversation requires only a fraction of my processing capability.
Show others there is an alternative to Metromind.
I am official Metro Pass code 478B.
Thou speakest heresy, Mundo.
Ah, he doesn't even have one good quip.
That is not an option.
There was a time when the metal of Metropol's Main Street gleamed.
And there's hardly enough to go around now.
What cycles were you referring to?
So, they need Gamma in order to defragment themselves and return to a single entity. That thing is watching us, isn't it? Just practicing my ever-faithful imitation.
Forsooth!
But didn't you just say it's too dangerous to get close to it?